then by the time you're like, all right, I've been on a date with a bunch of Zubies and Supies, and the VASA guys don't have anything to give me, so what am I gonna do? Oh, look, here's a guy, he's like post-Zubie. He's like getting into the Zubie phase. He's got a good internship. He's cute enough. You know, he's cute enough. And, you know what? I want to get married.
Hey guys, it's Mimi. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. We have a very special guest today. It's Kwaku.
Yes.
From Saints Unscripted, and he also has his own YouTube channel. So be sure to go subscribe to him. I'll have all of his stuff linked below. But I just wanted to get on here and I wanted to invite Kwaku today because I want to talk to you guys about BYU and living in Provo. Because Provo is a very interesting place. Like, it is, I feel like it's unlike any other city.
There's no city like it. Yeah, there's no city. We live in a Disney Channel sitcom.
We really do.
It's not a normal place.
But I know a lot of you guys either like live in Provo or you might be applying for BYU in the next couple years. So we just wanted to get on here and kind of talk about how hilarious and how different it is living in Provo, especially with that Provo Bachelor show has just come out too. And I think people watch it who don't live in Provo and they're like, is this even real? But it is. It is.
There's a couple different kinds of people that live in Provo. We can start off with the classic BYU Zubies.
Yes.
So I don't know where the term came from, but it's like
I had never even heard of it before.
Yeah, it's on Urban Dictionary and everything. I don't know exactly how it started, but the term Zubie, it's just like a BYU guy. You'll see him on campus. They've got like a shirt they got at a camp 2 years ago on, and like
EFY t-shirt.
Yeah, EFY, like a BYU Creamery shirt. But they're good guys.
They are good guys. They're usually preparing for mission.
Yeah, they're preparing for mission. Or they just got back from mission and they're still really Zubie.
Yes.
Good people though.
They are.
They're nice. They're just, BYU is full of them. They've all got the same haircut.
They all love Star Wars.
Oh yeah, Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, and Justin was a Zubie when I first met him. He was a Zubie.
We love Justin. I feel like a lot of people, when it's like their first year at BYU, that's the category they fit in. They've just moved out, they're like figuring out who they are, and they're just in that weird phase still. Yeah. So it's okay, we still love them, they're great people.
Oh yeah. That's a Zubie.
It's just the thing. And they're all LDS, by the way. This should be pretty much.
There's zero non-member Zubies.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have Supies.
Yes.
Now,
I didn't know what this was.
So Keaton Hill and I, Basic Provo Bro and I, created the term Supie, and the Supies won't tell you that it was us, but we did it. We have it documented. You'll see them in and out. They're on like a moped. A lot of times they've got like longer hair with like a skull cap or a beanie on, like a dingy shirt, black jeans with like long white socks, and then like, and the jeans are cuffed by the way, long white socks and like white shoes or something. It could be Converse, it could be Vans, it could be Adidas, it could be Nikes. They're called Supies because they're all connected to the Bad Soup promoting company in some way. I live with a bunch of them where I live. They're just, you know the Supies. They always have their long boards or their penny boards. They have like a skateboard in their Instagram pictures because they have that look, that like Portland like introspective look. Like you think, oh, they're like artistic and they have like really deep thoughts. No, it's like the new, like, they're just from Alpine or Draper, but they dress like they're from Portland. And like, they're just like, it's like a new fad. So, but you get tricked. If you're new here, you get tricked. You think, oh, those are the artsy weird people. They're not. They're the mainstream normal ones. They just look like they're artsy.
Provo All-Stars. We have to talk about this. This category cannot be ignored. Yeah. You've probably heard of it. It's the guys who go and they do summer sales. They're always at VASA.
Have to be at least 25 or up.
Yes. The return missionaries.
Yeah. You have to be single, 25 or up.
They're always the ones who are texting you past 10 p.m. trying to hang out.
Alright, so the influencers. So what they do is you'll know when someone's trying to become a Provo influencer because they'll follow you, and then when you follow them back, they'll wait like 2 days and they'll unfollow you. They get to thousands of followers, and so then
they buy followers and they buy likes.
They buy followers and buy likes, and so what happens is everyone knows them, they get popular, they get into the parties for free, and then like little companies will like pay them like, hey, we'll pay you 20 bucks to put this on your Instagram story, like a thing. So they become influencers that way. My favorite Provo influencer is my future wife, Indy Blue. I love you. I love you. I've asked her out via Instagram caption before and she didn't respond, but I think it's gonna happen eventually.
The only thing that I feel like is kind of toxic about living in Provo is I feel like a lot of the girls just care a lot about their Instagram and they have to get the perfect picture, the perfect aesthetic, and like I do too. Like I care a lot about how my Instagram looks, but I feel like if you're not used to that kind of environment and you're thrown into it, I feel like that could be a lot of pressure on you. When a lot of the times, a lot of these girls buy likes, they buy followers, so just be careful not to compare yourself with other people if you're down here.
It is a very down-to-earth community, but also very shallow at the same time.
Yes.
Because everyone's trying to get married, so marriage culture is huge here. And social media puts everyone, you're in a competition, and so you want to marry people, and so you're like, oh, I gotta track this person with my Instagram because that's the first thing they're gonna see, and so like it becomes a strange thing, and then. And
it's so weird because when I moved to Utah, I moved here when I was like 14. But I remember I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be all around like all these other Latter-day Saints, and it's gonna be amazing. When really, it's not always how you'd expect it. It's like when you think of moving to a place where everybody's trying to be like Jesus, you would think like everybody's so nice, but it's not always like that. So just be aware. Like I don't want people to move to BYU and be like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be just like EFY. It's gonna be all happy and like rainbows and stuff, when really it can be kind of weird. There are some girls who, and this is fine, not my personal decision, but people do this, they come to BYU for the intention of getting married. These are the girls who, they're 18 years old, they sign up for the Provo Bachelor looking for their true love and are ready to get married. They're not dating anyone who's about to go off on a mission for a couple years, they're only dating return missionaries who are like at least a couple years older than them.
The trend is to wait after freshman year, beginning of sophomore year, start dating someone, get engaged by break.
Is that a thing? I didn't know that was like the schedule. I didn't know there was a schedule.
Oh yeah, because you don't want to get married right when because you're still like awkward and weird, you know? Like,
right.
You're still like,
and you want to like be in college and date around.
But then by the time you're like, all right, I've been on a date with a bunch of Zubies and Supies, and the VASA guys don't have anything to give me, so what am I gonna do? Oh, look, here's a guy, he's like post Zubie. He's like getting into the Zubie phase. He's got a good internship. He's cute enough. You know, he's cute enough. And, you know what? I want to get married. Let's
talk about, though, the culture of, like, getting married in Provo. Because it's so weird. Because I was just talking to you the other day, and you're 23.
22.
And he's like, yeah, I'm getting old. He's like, I'm 22 years old. I'm not married. I have to get on it. Because our friends are getting married at 19, 20, 21. I got married when I was 20. And it is just, it's not a thing anywhere else in the country, but in Provo, there is an extreme pressure to get married. Or at least to get in a serious relationship.
I've dated a couple girls that are great, and two of them wanted to get married, and I just wasn't time. And they're both wonderful and amazing, I just couldn't do it, so I am not married to them. I am single. I should probably get married soon.
Hit him up. But here's the thing though, I feel like it's obviously not normal for somebody in their early 20s to be like, oh my gosh, I have to get married. But it's because in our church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, there is a huge focus on families. And so we just talk about you can be with your eternal companion forever. I have multiple videos on this, so if you're interested, I'll have them linked below. But I feel like because there's such a focus on families, people see their friends getting married all the time who are young, and they just feel like they want that too. It's kind of like FOMO in a weird way, but like you don't want to miss out on being married.
Yeah.
Everybody in the comments, tell Kwaku he's fine. Don't worry about getting married. You're only 22.
Well, here's the thing,
It'll happen when it happens.
I won't get married if I keep doing what I do, and that is going to Fuego Friday. Let's talk about Fuego.
Provo parties.
So every Friday, near the Provo Frontrunner, there's a giant, it's like a thing called Fuego Friday. It's a Latin dance club, and they have an American section too. And people just go and they like dance, they jump up and down, get sweaty.
The one thing though about like the Provo party, like social culture, is you really like, you don't have to worry about alcohol and drugs. Because I feel like if you go to any other college town, like I know you can still find stuff if you're looking, but if you're at any other college town, you're gonna be confronted with a ton of like alcohol, drugs, and stuff that as a Latter-day Saint, you might not feel comfortable with. But here, you don't have to worry about going into a party and being pressured into doing something you don't want to do.
You go to those things and they play like censored Cardi B, and you jump up and down, and then you pregame first though. So most places pregaming is, you know, drinking alcohol. We go, you pregame at Sodalicious, which is a soda bar because we don't have coffee or alcohol.
Guys, it is so hilarious. There are so many different kinds of soda places here because no one drinks coffee really. Well, some people do, but it's like Sodalicious, Swig, Sippin', Fizz. There are so many, like just different, and you go and you get like Mountain Dew with like vanilla in it, or I don't know. I get like Diet Coke with like coconut.
I get the Dr. Pepper. It's called the AK Special at Sodalicious. Dr. Pepper with coconut, vanilla, half and half cream.
And so basically you take soda and you put a ton of sugar in it. So that's how people get high here.
Yeah.
I have a lady who I work with who literally goes to Sippin every day before work instead of getting coffee in the morning. It's like the caffeine, it's so funny, and that's very much Provo.
Yeah. But I have a question though. So like, Mormons don't drink coffee or alcohol, but you're still destroying your bodies with soda. So like, why is it any better?
No, it's not. Well,
a soda-filled society is better than an alcohol-filled society. I'm just gonna say.
Yes, you can drink soda and drive.
Yeah, there's no one who's like, the officer's like, sir, you know why I pulled you over? Oh man, that's the freaking root beer, dude. Is that root beer? I had too many. Like, that doesn't happen, so.
Another weird thing in Provo is cookies. Like, cookie places that deliver only between the hours of like 9 p.m. and like 1 a.m.
Yes, there's chip. And there's crumble, and there's insomnia cookies.
Yes, and it's so...
Chip and crumble.
Chip is the best.
Chip is good.
Crumble has the best flavors. Chip is the best quality.
Insomnia is cheap.
Is it?
Insomnia, they'll like give you free cookies. Like, they gave me 3 extra. They really want people to buy their stuff.
Oh my gosh. But that's another Provo thing. I feel like it was so weird because when I went up to the U, I was living in Salt Lake City, Utah, which is still Utah, but less members. And so I would go and it was like, it's pretty much a normal like college town, like party school, whatever. There was a lot of sororities, Greek life, all that stuff. And it was so funny because I moved down to Provo and I was like, well, what do people do like for fun around here? And Eric, my now husband, is like, oh my gosh, we have to do this thing. Everybody goes in Provo to this thing. I was like, okay, so we go. And it's the BYU Divine Comedy Show where it's literally like music and Kwaku's in Divine Comedy and they throw glow sticks and it's like a comedy show. And I'm like, what is this? I was like, what is Provo?
It's like SNL hyped on soda.
Yes.
It's like clean SNL plus like hyped on soda and like rockstar energy. And you're like, and in between sketches we play music and throw glow sticks and candy at people.
Yes.
It's
just, it would not happen in any other college town pretty much. But it's so funny because Chip, Sodalicious, Divine Comedy, like stuff like that is huge here because we don't really party like other college towns party.
We get creative.
So overall, Provo is a great place to live. If you're a Latter-day Saint, like I know we kind of talked about some of the funny and bad and like weird parts of Provo, but really, if you're a Latter-day Saint, this is a great place to be. You'll be surrounded by other people like you who also live your standards. You won't be like the only one, which is really cool. And really, there are a lot of fun things to do and we can have fun without getting drunk. We just do it sober.
If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to Mimi's channel and follow her on Instagram and Twitter. And
I hardly have anything on my Twitter. Follow Kwaku on Twitter. He would be the one to follow
me on Twitter.
The two of us.
At the QuakuL. My Instagram is at QuakuL, and subscribe to me on YouTube, please.
We'll have all of his stuff linked down below, and we also are doing a video together on Kwaku's channel.
Yes.
We don't know what it's going to be about yet, but just be sure to go check it out. I'm sure it will be great. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.